All right, we are in part 2 of our smoking of the pork shoulder Boston butt. It's been about 10 and a half hours, and the meat looks really good. It looks like it's got a nice bark to it. The internal temperature is about 190 degrees, and I think it's about done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on here for a little while longer, and then we're going to pull it off, wrap it in foil, and let it set for about 45 minutes. Then we'll start pulling it apart and pull that bone out of there and see how it turned out. So stick with us. We'll be right back, and we'll see how this thing turned out. Okay, we're back. It looks like we've pulled the pork shoulder Boston butt off the smoker after 12 hours. It looks pretty good. What we're going to do is go ahead and see if it's tender enough to serve. I pulled the bone out of this one. As you can see, it come out pretty clean, so that's a good indication that it is cooked all the way. I'm going to try to, I want you to see if this bone comes out. Oh, it's coming out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Now what does that say, people? We have a pulled pork. And just look at that meat. Look at that. Look at the bark. Only 12 hours on the smoker, and this is what you get? Are you kidding me? 12 hours and 24 beers later, we have this delightful. I think it's just going to pull right apart. I'm going to stick my knife. Oh my goodness. Look at that. See how tender that is? If you don't mind, I'm going to take a taste of this right in front of you. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. This is good stuff. See how it just falls apart there? And what we have here, you know, it's pulled pork. They call it pulled pork because you can just pull it right apart like that. Look at that. That's still very hot on these gloves here. And then I got me a sauce here, which is a North Carolina vinegar-based sauce. I'm going to try with it. Now that's going to be pretty doggone good. So, I really appreciate y'all following us through this whole thing. I know it's been a long day. Probably only about 10 minutes of video, but about 12 hours of cook. But next time we'll do something different. We'll do some wings, buffalo wings on the grill or something like that. So thanks guys, enjoyed it, and we're gonna really enjoy this. Good night.